reality. Sometimes, so rather let's put it this way, results don't work with relativism. There is something which actually works and something doesn't work. You can have all kinds of angles for a building, but you can't have all kinds of angles for a foundation. So when the results turn out to be wrong, we discuss, and there are differences among people. So we discuss this PAR. This R is results. When the results turn out to be wrong, the egoistic way would be, I told you so. And this would be the most damaging response at that time. So we talked about, to avoid this, how we can manage our speech, and then how we can manage our own vision. How do we see things? So with respect to speech, we talked about 2 attributes based on 17:15 in the Gita. What was it? Sensitive and sensible. Now, sensitive has 2 aspects to it. What are they? Sensitive. Yes, non-agitating. Anudvegakaram. And then encouraging. Pleasing or encouraging. So it's like a pyramid. It's a funnel rather. So through the funnel, we enable it to actually come forward. And sensible has 2 aspects. That is, truthful. But then there are many truths. So we speak those truths that are helpful. What actually helps the person to grow. Like the example of telling a person all the faults, that won't work at all. So we talked about, if it's only sensitive, then that is like we are letting the weeds grow. So on the other hand, if we are only sensible without being sensitive, then we are cutting the creeper itself, cutting what we want to grow itself, the devotional creeper. So how to respond to when somebody has died in somebody's family, that we'll discuss that. So now what we would like to do is we want to have a balance of both, and that will be effective. And we talked about how Krishna himself does that. Krishna's first and last word, 2:11 and 1866, that is the sensitive part. And in between, the whole philosophy is the sensible part, where he's giving the solution. And with respect to vision, we discussed based on 16.2 that apaishunam. Apaishunam is that try to be averse to fault finding, and that means look for the least negative explanation for the mistake. When somebody makes a mistake, look for the least negative explanation. And we discussed 3 possible explanations. What are they? What is the acronym? JAM. J is judgment error. So everybody can make a judgment error. After all, we are human beings. We are fallible. So we don't know everything. Then A is ability deficiency. Some people just don't have the ability to do certain things. Now that is a little more painful. So if you jump to that directly, you can't do this. Just don't do this at all. No, let me try. If somebody has tried many times and not doing it, then maybe you can try privately. They say, you can't try it public, something like that. So it's ability deficiency. And the last is motive suspicion or motive allegation. So when that happens, that can really break the relationship. So we discussed in the relationship of Sita and Lakshman. So what happened is Sita went to the motive. She questioned the motive of Lakshman. But Lakshman didn't go back and question her. She just lived at a judgment error. And that's how don't see intention in what is spoken in tension. So life is tough, and sometimes even the best of us may end up speaking things which we didn't want to speak. Of course, we try as much as possible to not do that. But if that happens, then we need understanding. Then lastly, I talked about how when we are dealing with parents or when we're dealing with anyone we are trying to guide, rather than saying that they are being difficult, they are in difficulty. And it is these situations, somebody has committed a mistake. How we respond at that time, the conflict can actually bring us together closer and make the bond thicker rather than take us further apart. So let us can pray to Krishna that he gives us the guidance by which we can all learn. So I just I have written a book called Prayers Inspired by the Bhagavad Gita. So this is one similar prayer from this. So each verse I have taken from the Gita and I have composed a prayer. So this was the translation. Word that cause no agitation, truthful, pleasing, meant for elevation, reciting sacred texts that bring purity of speech, all these are austerity. My dear Lord, please help me appreciate the formidable power you have bestowed upon me in the form of the words I speak. Help me, my Lord, to remember those moments when a few kind words spoken by someone changed my mood, brightened my day, or perhaps even altered the trajectory of my life. Please, O Lord, let me not be careless or thoughtless, speaking words that demoralize others or worse, shatter their heart.